Nice getting to know you all, and thank you for sharing your stories and interesting questions. And I think it's great. So we have a bunch of themes right now: money now versus ultimate now, perspective, idea selection, experience versus diving in, intuitive planning, and monkey head. Um, is there any one of these themes that anyone wants to sort of talk about more specifically?
Money now versus ultimate
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start there. Yeah. So obviously, this is dependent, you know, on both on your situation, financially, and what you need to get by and your lifestyle, as well as this ties into risk aversion too. And it's not the most honorable thing to be completely risk averse to anything, because then you could actually turn into a monkey head in the pejorative sense of the term. So it's all this perspective thing. I mean, again, this is another sort of personality question, and it's also a tactical question. So the money now, if you can turn the money now into an avenue or a channel to get to the ultimate now, sort of think about it in those perspectives. Maybe you feel like, okay, I have a bunch of money, or I have, investors. I was taking it from an entrepreneurial startup perspective. I have money, investors, I'm comfortable with where I live, my expenses for my lifestyle, I'm confident I can carry those over for, a year, and if not, I can go back to doing X, Y, or Z, right? So having like a sort of a safety net is important for a lot of people. The question is, how big and secure of a safety net? Like for me, let's just say, speaking in very mundane, quantitative terms, it might be, 3 months. For other people, it might be 5 years. And again, neither is worse. It's just who you are as a person. I think that's the most important thing. So, I don't know. That's if however you're getting money now can serve as a conduit to whatever your ultimate now aspirations, passions are, then you're doing something right. And also making the best out of situations. Like I say, if I'm flipping burgers, right? Maybe I don't like it, maybe I hate it, but there's always an angle to find positivity in that. There's this saying I really like, which every wall is a door, right? So basically, all right, I'm flipping burgers. This sucks, but actually, you know what? This is a testament to my perseverance and my ability to be productive and turn things out. At the very root level, you're able to force yourself to do something that you're not necessarily passionate about. So then when you're talking to the Chinese manufacturer, which you hate, you'd rather be looking at butts, you knew that you flip burgers, right? And you were perseverant. So you can rush through those, or not rush, you execute on those mundane aspects of your business, drawing on the positivity of your burger flipping experience. So, yeah. Anything else on that you guys want to talk about?
Experience versus diving in, I think, is a big one.
Yeah. These are all sort of interrelated, which is kind of cool. See, I mean, I've always been the diving in type of person, and again, I could rationalize looking backwards, oh, maybe I should have worked for someone else for a little bit. But over time, I've realized that I'm perfectly happy with how things, have evolved. And I've learned, about a very valuable lesson, which is, I'm starting to really be in touch with, who I am and what drives me in a cohesive theme that pushes me. So that said, I mean, again, experience can be used as a conduit to the ultimate now. That's what we were just saying, So this is such an individual thing. It's hard to, there's no maxims or golden rules in this game. It's just, sort of knowing yourself. But on the opposite end of that, like, if you're, risk averse, you're like, I don't want to take this risk, question why you're not taking the risk. Question why you're not actually diving in and not going for it, and use that as a way to learn something about yourself. Like, for instance, your parents, for your first generation from Peru, right? So, that obviously heavy, sort of influence on your perspective and opportunities professionally. And so, you have to think about, in this decision, how much are my parents affecting and my, perception of family affecting my decision making. And not to be judgmental on that, like they shouldn't be at all, but just knowing that that's there and that's something that is informing, your decision to take certain risks or not. And developing that sort of consciousness, I think, is very, very valuable. So, let's wrap it up.
I have a question that
Sure.
I think might be a good wrap-up question.
Sure.
So I wrote it down.
Okay.
From where you stand now, what have you learned through your experiences that you would want to tell yourself back when you first started? Like on this.
Good question. Calm down. Stop being. Well, yeah, it's the metaphor of the rolling machete tumbleweed versus the samurai swordsman. It's listen. The whole thing is that you learn from your mistakes. Every wall is a door, right? So I can't sit here and say, I wish I didn't do that, or I really screwed up there. Because screwing up is good, counter to popular belief. It's good. Just make sure you have a certain level of health, because health is very important, and that's it. So, but I think it would be patience and stop being such a spaz, because a lot of unnecessary energy gets expended. Yeah, but you're gonna waste energy. We're not the most efficient beings. So you gotta that too. I'm very hard on myself, so it'd be give myself space to grow. Having high expectations for yourself is good. Being self-critical is good, but it's a double-edged sword. And you need to be able to really sort of harness and focus that self-criticism, so you know when to ease up on yourself versus beating up on yourself because you didn't execute this thing perfectly. So yeah, that type of thing, and always keeping in mind that A to B is not always going to be a straight line. So yeah, that's about it. Cool. So yeah, you guys are. I'll write my email address on it. You guys are totally welcome to contact me. Whenever, and if I'll try to get back to every one of you.
Yeah, it's a hard part, huh?
Yeah, but I don't outsource my emails yet, so you'll get right.
I just don't think.
24 hours. 24 hours, yeah.
Color printing?
Yes.
I love how big you wrote that.
The Douglas